Hello, good morning. We are going to be decorating this cake. If you see me for the first time, hey, I'm Gladys. Over here, I make simple, informative tutorials to help you navigate baking and decorating easily. This cake was completed on a live yesterday. So if you want to catch up on how this cake was decorated up until this point, catch up on the details, and I'll make sure to link it in the description box. But it's a pink ganache cake. Now I'll show you the reality of cake decorating, where after covering this cake in a polished way, setting it in the fridge overnight, we have a crack on the side. So what are we going to do? We're going to try and fix that very quickly. The good thing though is that I'm going to add some decorative details that will be able to hide this little crack over here for me. So all I've done is just spread a little bit of ganache over that, and we'll get ourselves a scraper to just scrape over it. At this point the cake is completely set, so you want to be careful, and it seems like it's disappeared. The thing is, if you put this back in the fridge, this is likely to happen again, but nonetheless it is covered. So let's move on. What are we doing? We're going to be introducing some decorative elements, which is this flowers onto the cake, and then we have some personalized stamp detail, and I'm going to add some gold leaf. We're going to do that very quickly. I'm not going to waste much time at all. So yeah, if you like cake making, you want to stick around, because we give you the raw details of how cake making can be fun, but it's also sometimes a little bit challenging throughout the process. The weather is not any baker's friend. I don't care what you tell me. The weather is not my friend, especially as a baker, because yes, I want to go on holiday. I want the weather to be warm so I can have fun in my skimpy bits. But when I am baking, the last thing I want to be thinking about is the weather. And the weather and gold leaf, have I told you before, this is hard work. Let's see how I'm going to manage this, because gold leaf, if you don't know, is very delicate, right? So at this point, I am just making contact with the cake. There's really no rhyme or rhythm to this bit. I am just trying to spread it. It can disappear very quickly if you don't get it right, and it can smudge. So all I'm doing is just getting it to contact with the cake and then spreading it around. As you can see, there's not much. It's just going to be a highlight, because the flowers are going to be the main decoration of the cake. Let's see who is here. Now with that done, okay. A cake has a front and a back. The front is going to face me because of the work I'm doing on it. But when we are done, I'm going to show you exactly what it's going to be like. Now, over here, I have a fondant ball. It's a round pink fondant. And the idea is to just stick it up here. It's going to serve as a hold for when I poke the flowers in. The flowers I'm using are artificial flowers, which are much easier to work with. Plus, this cake is not going to be eaten today. It is going to be saved up. So all I'm doing is I've just poked the hole in the fondant to hold the leaf, because as you can see, the stalk of the leaf is very little and it needs stability on the cake. So I'm just poking the fondant and then it goes in. Then I press it back. Because it's pliable, it's easier to work with that way. And then on the side, I have this pink leaf. So that is just going to go on the side here. And I'm pushing that back into more flowers. I can't see what you are seeing, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing exactly. What I'm doing is I'm layering the leaves around on the base, and then the flowers will go in. This cake has some macarons to go with it as well. So the flowers themselves, just a quick one. I've done this over again. So if you really want to see how this is done, check on the channel for more tutorials on this. It's an artificial flower that I've plucked out of the stalk and replaced with toothpick so that it makes it edible, as in food safe, if you like. So, and it's easier to apply that way. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go through all the phases of showing you how to apply edible flowers on a cake or real flowers. That takes a real different process, and it's important you know that, because if you don't get them right, they will leak into your cake and become a hazard, and you definitely don't want that liability. So I am just sticking that in here, and another one there, and I think that's the flowers done. Yep, not much over here, we've got that detail. But for the desired cake, there is a selection over here. So after I've done it, I'll turn it around and you will have a look in. So there is a selection right here also. So again, same principle. This time I'm going to reduce the size of the bowl, place it over there, and right here a leaf goes in there. It is rather a simple, just going to get it over here and then press it back in, and that pressed back in there, and then we're going straight for that so that it holds there. Yep. And yep, I don't know if I need some more leaf to hold out over there, only because I can see leaves here, so that it is symmetrical, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, now at least we've got the decorative details covered over here. Now, another thing we need to add is macarons. I realize I didn't take the macarons out. They are in the freezer, so I'm going to get those out now, and we are going to apply them over here. The macarons are fresh ones I picked up from my local Lidl, and the colors I need are quite specific. I'm just going to pick the ones that will pair well with the design detail, because these are mixed colors. So I'm going to go for the light, and what color is that? I'm not so sure, but the ones that will lead to what I am trying to achieve here. So there you go, not much here. Again, for the macaron, there's that here, and so I'm just gonna stick that in, because if I put just the macaron by itself, it will fall out, and I definitely don't want that drama. And they are very delicate too. Very delicate, because they are chilled, I can use them as I desire. And there it goes. Okay, yep. you probably won't see what I'm doing, but I'll turn it around in a minute. Okay, and then let's have a last one. At this point, I don't want to really overdo this. Okay. Okay. So there's 3 macarons here. You have the flowers. We have 2 over here. I think that is done. And for the other details, I just want to add a bit more gold leaf. Just to highlight the details that we have here. And yeah, there you go. We have a bit more sparkly stuff. Don't want to overdo this bit. And yeah, I think that's it. I mean, there is a fine way. What I didn't say though, the stencil detail we have on the cake was done independently, not on the live, but I have stencil cakes on here. So if you want to know about the stencil, go check other videos out for more info. And so next, what do we have? Okay, let's have a little bit of now what I'm doing is I'm just applying some ganache onto the back of a plaque, moving that, and the detail is added here. It's just a stamped detail to add some personalization to the cake. And I think with all that said, there you have it. There's not much to this cake, and we are done. Much of it was covered in the live, so if you want to see how we got here from start to finish. Did I bake the cake on the live? I think I did. Yeah, did I? Can't even remember now. We've been live a couple of times this week, so go catch all the info over there. What do you think? We have a beautiful cake, well presented, very minimal in terms of decorative detail, and it's really achievable, especially if you're a beginner who is looking to make a cake like this. Look, over here we don't get cake, we have everything you need. So go check how baked the vanilla cake. It's filled with, is it Swiss meringue, raspberry Swiss meringue buttercream, and then it's finished off as a polished pink ganache cake with some artificial flowers. And with that, I did promise, did I? Did I promise I was going to be here? Yes, I did. And we have covered the cake. So let me move on to other tasks, and I'll see you on the next one. We're not going to be long. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.